Pace car about to peel off. 26 trucks ready to go 140 laps at Lucas Oil IRP. Jamie Haynes, Jason Fensler on the front row. Green flag is out. Let's go racing.
Green flag, green flag.
First 2 laps, drivers go without harm. Jason Fensler, your race leader. Jamie Haynes sitting in that second position while Tristan Bailey sits in third in that 2-5. Chris Fathke being scored as the race leader. 1 truck gone around. That's Waylon Turner in the 78 who goes for a spill. Caution flies for the first time at IRP, just as Jason Fensler put in the fastest lap of the race. 22.57 seconds. For the Californian, Waylon Turner, Chris Fathke, no longer at the top of our leaderboard, so it looks like the running order has been solved. Let's go back and see what happened to the Texan. He goes around for our first yellow of the race. Oh, just too much gas. Possibly just giving it too much wheel as well, but the driver of the 78 goes for a spin out of the 4th corner, so Waylon Turner makes it through all right, doesn't hit anything, no harm, no foul. Jason Fensler and Jamie Haynes still on the front row for this race. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody watching on your screens. Fatal said, who's ready for the crapshoot of a race? Commando Griffs loves this racetrack. He says it's classic short track racing. Opposite of Talladega, though. Let's see. Are the track facts ruined? Do they say Talladega? They absolutely do. I thought we'd fix that. Well, if it's not one thing, it's another, right? At least we're all working here. Talladega was last week's race where the 88 of Tyler Bellinger took the win in a crash-filled last lap. The 88 Ford Credit F-150 currently running in the 11th position behind Keith Bost in that 4-2. Here are the points coming into this race. Tristan Bailey leading the point standings over Jason Fensler by 23 markers headed into this 8th round. It's just 20 points between Jason Fensler and Hagen Joyner. The gap from 1st to 3rd smaller than the gap from 4th to 11th. And the top 3 just stretching their lead out. So Fensler will have control of the field. Jamie Haynes runs in that 2nd position. Points leader Tristan Bailey sitting in 3rd. Andrew Teft running in the 4th spot in his 2-1 Thrustmaster Ford F-150, and Mike Carter rounding out the top 5 in his Conway Ford. Dill Pickle with some new colors on his truck. The Monster Energy Menards Ford F-150 will start on the outside of row number 3. Bobby Mathis on the inside in the H&M Motorsports 2.9. Should be familiar to most fans of AER trucks. Special Ed in the chat says, go Keith. And let's go Doug, talking about Keith Bost starting on the outside of row number 5 in his Mopar Chevy. Yeah, that's right, Mopar Chevy. And then Dougie King starting on the outside of row number 9 to his inside Randy Lapidus in the Star Spangled Miller Lite Ford. Fensler with control of the field. Jamie Haynes to the inside, ready to go green. 7 laps into this race. Restart number 1. Green flag is out. trying to hold off that second position, but Tristan Bailey just can't get to him. That was Keith Bost in the 4-2 who went for a spill. We stay green. Truck 42 trying to get his speed back about him. Jason Fensler leading by 1 second as Jamie Haynes tries to hold off the second position. ECR Kool-Aid saying, let's go. He's ready for a race as well. Jason Fensler goes purple once again, 22.5 seconds, the fastest time so far. Truck number 5 leading and pacing the field at Lucas Raceway IRP. 11 laps into this race, Dylan Pinklesmeyer now hunting down Tristan Bailey for the 3rd position. Tristan earlier did not seem confident. Sam Taylor goes around. Caution number 2 flies, and it's the number 1 Longhorn Steakhouse Chevrolet who's picked up considerable damage on the left hand, the front, the back. Is the right side damaged too? Yeah, just a bit. Look at the scrape there. Not a panel on this truck that has not seen a scrape. And it looks like Sam Taylor decided to mess with the bull. Let's see what caused the one truck to go around. Don Crone in the number 4 Spartans Toyota gets into Sam Taylor. Looks like Taylor tried to get his retribution, but just couldn't get the 4 truck to go around. Let's ride along with that number 1. See exactly what happened again from the cockpit. From Donovan Crone. Patrick Jenks looks like he may have gotten a piece of that accident as well, but 2 trucks involved in this second caution. Jason Fensler leads the way. We are going to be back in just a minute with more racing. We're going to fix some of those messed up graphics, and we'll get back to you. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the 8th round of AER Trucks from Lucas Oil IRP. And we're back. Let's see if we got these graphics fixed. And we absolutely did not. All right. Well, ignore how ugly this is going to be for just a moment. Bear with me while we get this imagery fixed. And if it's not one thing, it's another. We're about to go green. Let's see if I can get this fixed before we go green. Let's get the right dimensions on here. It's a bit too wide. Nailed it. All right, sweet. Let's go racing once again. Jason Fensler, Jamie Haynes on the front row. 15 laps complete. Traffic jam from 3rd on back. Dylan Pinklesmeyer challenging Jamie Haynes for the position in that highlighter yellow number 12 F-150. Andrew Teft behind him in that 2-1. Bobby Mathis rounding out the top 10 in that 2-9. He's just behind Charlie Mosley Jr. with some new colors, that GameStop Chevrolet, bringing a little bit of star-spangled flavor to the racetrack. He's just behind the 88 of Tyler Bellinger. And then Kevin Haas in that special colored number 19 Budweiser Chevrolet. Mike Carter in the 6th position, rocking the 6 truck right now, behind the top 5, while Jason Fensler continues to enjoy a 1.5 second lead at the front of this field. Truck number 5, second in the points standings. The Californian looking to get some of that pace back. He's got 2 wins to his name with an average finish of 7th place. Compare that to points leader Tristan Bailey with an average finish of 5th. An average start of 5th for the points leader, but an average start of 4th for Jason Fensler. And again, 23 points, the distance between them to be the regular season champion. We're in the 8th round of competition. It's going to be a long schedule through these first, 15 races we're doing here? 15 races are going to make up that regular season, with that finale being Canadian Tire. And then starting August 29 from Bristol, we're going to start the round of 12. 2 races in the round of 12, 2 races in the round of 8, and finally September 26, the final round from Phoenix, 120 laps. But of course, we've got to get through this race first. Fensler leads by 2 seconds over points leader Tristan Bailey. Jamie Haynes sitting in 3rd in that 5-3. There's Picklesmeyer in that 4th position. Andrew Teft running in 5th. Further on back, it's a lot closer with Keith Bost. The 42 Mopar truck to the inside. That's Pennsylvania's Patrick Jenks, who's rolling behind Mike Allen in what is slowly becoming my favorite paint scheme of the entire series, despite the scrapes on it. That Peter Max number 3, a throwback to the 2000 Coca-Cola 600 when Dale Earnhardt drove this very paint scheme to not the most exciting finish, but definitely one of those paint schemes that you see it and you think, this is absolutely nostalgic, and it's something that's beautiful to look at. Let's go on board cockpit view with the number 3 Peter Max Chevrolet, Mike Allen. Keith Bost in the wall in turn number 1. Have a look with that 42, in 18th place. Keith Bost gets his groove back about him. Gets really close to the back end of Mike Allen in that number 3, but no contact through turns 3 and 4. You're looking at the 18 of Ethan Greek in the 14th position. He's got a mirror full of Donovan Crone, the pilot of that number 4, repping the Spartans, his kids' baseball team. How do you like that? They made it to the championship game. Caution number 3 is out. Randy Lapidus in the 1-4 Miller Light truck jumps to pit road immediately. Let's see what happened with the Louisiana pilot. Hard contact with the 5-3 of Jamie Haynes. Lapidus jumps immediately to pit road. See what this looked like from Jamie Haynes' point of view. That was some hard contact. There's the contact between Bost, and look at Crone trying to avoid Lapidus in the 1-4. Haynes not far behind this mess. There's a big dust up right there. Heavy contact. This is probably a precursor to this. And then Jamie Haynes in the 5-3. It looks like Lapidus just comes down on the 5-3. And let's have a look here from the cockpit of Randy Lapidus' 14 truck. Because it looks like a really unnatural swerve for Lapidus. Have a listen. .53 of Haynes having to come up as well. The lighting there, it seems like the graphics are kind of off there. The lighting at IRP is a bit wonky, but anyway. Back to racing scenes at IRP. Randy Lapidus being scored out of this race. Jamie Haynes in the 5-3 suffering some damage, sitting in that 17th position now. 30 laps underway of the scheduled 140. And our silver medalist in the point standings, Jason Fensler, continues to lead this race with utmost control. Let's see if we can bother Jason and see how he's enjoying his night. California's Jason Fensler, Rick James in the house. You got me?
Yes, sir, I got you.
You're leading this race, 31 laps in. You look the favorite right now to get this win, but of course, points leader Tristan Bailey is right behind you. He's got 3 wins, going for 4 wins in 8 races. Does that mean anything to you, or are you just looking to survive the next 109 laps?
Survive the next 109 laps for sure. I think if we can keep control of the race, I think we'll be okay. But Tristan's fast, so we'll just see how it plays out and see if we can bring home a W.
Besides the points leader, Bailey, who's going to be your biggest obstacle on the way to victory lane?
Jamie looked pretty good early, so not sure if he pitted there or what, but I think it's just going to be survival. Take care of your truck and see how it goes.
Most important question of the night that I know everybody's dying to know from you. Elk Grove's Jason Fensler, Warriors or Celtics?
That would have to be Celtics.
Ooh, not even the Warriors are from Oakland, man. That's not too far, geographically speaking.
Yeah, but I'm not a huge basketball fan, and I don't really care too much for the Warriors.
Fair enough, buddy. Shiny side up. Show us something we haven't seen this season, buddy. Maybe we'll see you in victory lane for a 3rd win. Good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Fensler with control of the field. Bailey to his inside. Great jump from the 5. Green flag is out at IRP. Caution out immediately into that first corner. 2, 3, 4 trucks around. The 5-3 of Jamie Haynes involved once again. Dougie King getting around the pace truck there. Haynes billowing smoke. He's got a big piece of that accident. Sam Taylor in the 1 involved once again. And caution comes out. Not even 2 corners into that restart. Let's see what happened with Sam Taylor, Kevin Haas, and Jamie Haynes. Before the restart here, have a look at the 19. Oh, the 19 of Kevin Haas just darting it into the first corner. Not sure what went on there. Jamie Haynes just colliding with him. Let's ride shotgun with the 19. Have a listen. On board with Jamie Haynes. And now Ethan Greek. Your call. Not really sure what you can say about that one, but you can say it is the 4th caution of the race. Jason Fensler leading with Tristan Bailey in that 2nd position. We're going to let the trucks regroup We're going to take a 90-second break. We'll be back in 1 minute and a half with more racing. Hopefully some green flag laps from Lucas Oil IRP. Don't go anywhere. About to throw the green flag once again. Jason Fensler, Tristan Bailey with control of the field, waiting for that signal. Restart number 4. Tristan Bailey not letting go of this one. He is right on the back end of Jason Fensler through turns 1 and 2. Truck 25 leading the points by 23 markers over the Californian, but the Mississippi native with 100 laps to go stays within half a second to Fensler. Looking at Bobby Mathis in the 2-9, he's just gotten into the 3rd position to the inside of Dylan Picklesmeyer. Spectrogram in the chat says Pickle is the GOAT, a big fan of the 12. Dylan Picklesmeyer, a lot of fans in here also cheering on Keith Bost in the 42, as well as Ethan Greek in the 18. Kevin Haas in the 19 getting some love as well. Fans in the chat on Twitch and YouTube, let us know who you're rooting for tonight, who you would love to see go to victory lane. We've got just under 99 laps remaining from Lucas Oil IRP. Bobby Mathis in the 2-9. Hagen Joyner in the 7, who sits 3rd in points. And add Jeff No to that list in the 5-5, all running their fastest individual laps of the race. And now, last week's winner, Tyler Bellinger, a part of that green club as well. His personal best at 22.94 seconds. Commando Griff cheering on Jeff No and Mike Allen. No in that 55. Rock straps for Mike Allen in the number 3. Peter Max Chevrolet. Gorgeous, shiny truck. Gotta love it. He's sitting just ahead of Jamie Haynes in the 5-3. Half a second lead for Jason Fensler over Tristan Bailey, who's got a 1-second gap to Robert Mathis. Hagen Joyner just a 1/3 of a second ahead of Tyler Bellinger in 5th. Dylan Picklesmeyer more than a half second behind him, and Mike Carter has Andrew Teft fighting for the spot behind him. Ethan Greek does not want to let go of that top 9 position, but Mosley Jr. says, son, you got no choice. The Alabama native gives the slide up to the 18, but can't quite pull it off. Greek, ever resilient, he kept his nose out of trouble at Talladega with a great save last week, and now he's trying to save his top 10 position. Contact from the double 5 of Jeff No. Greek goes for a spill, takes the 5-5 with him, back onto the racing surface. There goes the 5-3 of Jamie Haynes, who can literally not catch a break if he tried. We stay green 48 laps into this race. Jamie Haynes in the 22nd position. Jason Fensler continues to lead, and a quarter of a second behind Fensler, his championship rival, the 2-5 of Tristan Bailey. Doug King in the 1-6, Good Wrench Silverado behind the 4-2 of Keith Bost. The Mopar 4-2 Chevrolet with those lovely chrome rims. Running behind Chris Fathke in the number 2-7 Butterfinger machine. How about this for a unique paint scheme? The Boise State Bronco Fan sitting in 11th right now, just 1 second outside the top 10. Further on back, Dougie King, Keith Bost side by side, while Adam Boughton says, I want a piece of this one too. He's impeded by the 3 of Mike Allen, who's trying to fight his way amongst the top 20. Further on back, you've got the 7-8 of Waylon Turner. He sits just ahead of his teammate, Patrick Jenks, in the 3-8. Those two came together last week at Talladega for a massive crash. Ethan Greek falling off the track once again as the 18 tries to hold it together. Look at these 4 trucks clashing right here. Action all over the racetrack. Caution comes out for the 5th time tonight. Ethan Greek goes for a spill in the 1-8 Tracker Boats Tundra. Have another look here. This is earlier. Look at this save from Greek. Got by with a little bit of help from his friends. And there's Jamie Haynes really applying the brakes. Great save by Jamie Haynes as well. And then this is contact again between the 5-5 and the 18. And there you see subsequent contact between that Toyota and Ford combination. Let's have a look here. This was on lap 52 when Ethan Greek and the 5-5 of Jeff No made contact. Let's have a look. Just a bit soon there. Let's have another look at Jeff No making that pass. You be the judge. Ethan Greek went for a spill out of turn number 2 after contact from Jeff No. And this time, he could not stay in the boat. The Bass Pro Toyota goes for another spin, and caution number 5 is out on the racetrack. Tyler Bellinger being scored as your race leader. He last pitted on lap 28, last week's winner. Back in the lead. Let's see if we can bother Tyler Bellinger for a quick word. TB, Rick James up top. You got me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All of New Hampshire cheering for you so loud last week. After you got the win at Talladega, you come into this race looking to get your second victory of the season. You sit 9th in the points standings, 3 points behind the 7th place tie. Is it about points tonight? Given all these cautions, is it just about survival rather than the actual numbers?
It's definitely about points and survival, honestly. I don't think I have a winning truck tonight. Feeling a little under the weather, so just trying to make some laps. I think tires are going to become a pretty big strategy. The leaders just took their second set, so I tried to stay out, save a set for the end, because I imagine there's going to continue to be cautions. So we'll see what we can do. If we can bring it home top 5, that'll keep me pretty happy.
Green flag coming around next time by. Most important question of the evening, TB. Celtics or Warriors?
Boston Celtics all day, baby. I'm from up north.
That's 2 for 2 from the Celtics. Both you and California's Jason Fensler agree. Keep the shiny side up, buddy. Hopefully we talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
Tyler Bellinger will have control of the field, restarting on lap 58 into 59. Charlie Mosley Jr. will be starting on the outside. It's the 88 and the 89 with control of the field. Green flag is out at IRP. Big crash out of the second corner. The 2.6 of Doug King goes for a spill. Look at this. The 3 Peter Max truck tumbling through the air as if turn number 4 was the Olympic gym mat. And caution number 6 just flies out immediately with 81 laps to go. You saw Doug King just getting turned around. Kevin Haas got a piece of this as well. What in the world happened here? Big shout out to XRN Network cheering in 250 bids. Commando Griff putting in a face of shock. Look at this. Tyler Tyone, Kevin Haas just struggling to get into pit road. ECR Kool-Aid says, Jesus, guys. Let's see what happened. Doug King makes contact with the wall. Nowhere for Chris Fathke to go. Kevin Haas got a piece of this, and watch Mike Allen getting into Tyler Tyone, vaulting off of that wall. A look at Patrick Jenks, who got involved. Again, watch that Peter Max truck just vault through the air. Commando Griff says 10 out of 10, nailed the landing. I'd give that a medal. One more look. I just can't stop looking at these trucks that crashed. How about Doug King? Seems like Doug King got the least damage out of just about anybody, truth be told. Heads up by Dylan Pigglesmeyer to avoid that one. And caution number 6 flies over the speedway. So Tyler Bellinger still leading this race. Second in points, Jason Fensler sitting behind him. Mississippi's Tristan Bailey sitting third. It is a Ford Chevy top 3. Robert Matisse sitting in that 4th position, sits ahead of Dylan Pigglesmeyer in the 1-2. Hagen Joyner in 6th. Adam Boughton, our hardest charger so far. He's sitting in the 7th position, up 14 places from where he started. Shout out to the 94. Idaho's Chris Fathke after that spill, rounding out our top 10. There you see Keith Bost coming in for some well-needed repairs on the number 42. Commando Griff says the only safe spot seems to be P1. Talk about it. So Bellinger once again with control, but the fastest driver in this race, Jason Fensler, with a 22.49, will start on the outside of row number 1. Tristan Bailey and Bobby Mathis will be starting in that second row. Dylan Picklesmeyer, Hagen Joyner in row number 3. Green flag is out. Tyler Bellinger, well, it will be out. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited to get this racing going again. Tyler Bellinger, now the green flag is out. Bellinger leads. Bellinger still leading. Tristan Bailey getting to the inside of that 88. Will they make contact out of turn number 2? The points leader to the inside. There's Fensler showering sparks into the wall into turn number 3. 25 holding steady on the inside. Bailey looking to stake the landing. Contact from the double 8. There goes the points leader. There goes Jason Fensler. Bobby Mathis into second. Tyler Bellinger in the lead. Dill Pickle's been involved in that one. The 55 of Jeff No picked up a scrape and shades of round number 7, the last lap, when Tyler Bellinger threw a block on the 25 to get the win. This time, contact from the double 8 to points leader Tristan Bailey. And fans all over Carrier, Mississippi, frustrated, as is the pilot of the number 25 ChevyGoods.com Silverado. Commando Griff says, I take back what I said about P1 being the safe spot. Points leader coming down pit road. Let's have another look at Tristan Bailey getting involved in this one. Looks like Doug King also got a piece of it. Jason Fensler also involved. He took a heavy slam. Fensler in contention to win his 3rd race this season. Let's see what happened to Douglas King. Hard contact with King. He literally vaults the 6th truck onto the safer barrier into the air. Let's ride along again with Doug, see what was going on inside of that 16. And the 6 of Mike Carter went for a spill. Let's ride on board with the double 8 of Tyler Bellinger. Well, that paints a different picture. Let's have a look from the blimp. And that certainly paints a different picture there. Matt says Discord is going to be spicy tonight. One final look at the incident out of turn number 4. Not really the best look. One more look from the blimp at Tristan Bailey and the double 8 of Tyler Bellinger. Tyler B in the chat defending himself from the lead under caution, says I didn't do anything, WTF. Fans will hold their own judgment. We don't make judgments, we just show the pictures. Special Ed says, netcode. Commando Griff says the only one without an incident is the pace car driver yet. We've just passed the halfway mark with Dylan Picklesmeyer leading the race. Hagen Joyner sitting in that 2nd position. Adam Boughton and Charlie Mosley in row number 2. Most of these drivers choosing to pit on lap 68, this most recent caution. Your top 3, Dylan Picklesmeyer, Hagen Joyner, and Charlie Mosley Jr. not pitting under this most recent yellow, so we'll see how their tires hold up. They're going to be 14 laps older than the competition behind him. Jason Fensler lining up to the inside of Tyler Bellinger. Tristan Bailey, the damaged 2.5, lining up directly behind the 88. We'll see what measures they take when the green flag comes out. Let's go racing again from Lucas Oil IRP.
Green flag.
Adam Boughton into the wall in turn number 1. Jason Fensler running away with his 6th place position. Special Ed in the chat cheering for Charlie. Talking about Charlie Mosley Jr. in the 89 GameStop Silverado to the outside of last week's winner, Tyler Bellinger. Dylan Picklesmeyer leading this race while second and third fight side by side through turn number 2, 75 1/2 laps underway while the fight for second rages on. Further on back, Roberto Mathis and Jeff No fighting side by side. Mathis, will he save it? He does indeed. We stay green. Glove save from Bob Mathis in the 2.9. He keeps it pointed in the right direction. Andrew Teft working on Waylon Turner. Look at Ethan Greek trying to stay off the wall. Trucks scattering everywhere, trying to avoid yet another caution. And we do keep it green at IRP. There's Hagen Joyner getting around Jeff No in the 55. That's the move for the 5th position. Jason Fensler sitting in 7th on the outside of Jeff No with Adam Boughton in tow. Chris Fathke is in the wall, up 15 places from where he started. And nobody's going to lay a finger on a scratched up candy bar on the outside of turn number 4. Heavy, heavy marks on the outside of the 2.7 Chevy. Charlie Mosley Jr., a third of a second behind the leader. Tristan Bailey pestering the 1-2 of Dylan Picklesmeyer. This is the battle for third. Mosley Jr. losing his grip on the battle for the lead. Picklesmeyer might make a move for the 2nd position. Further on back, Dougie King to the inside of Sam Taylor. That's the battle for lucky number 13th place. Sammy Taylor on the outside in the number 1 Longhorn Chevy has had a couple of scrapes this evening, but he continues to race in the top 15, where Tyler Tyone looks to keep his position. Tyone sitting 16 seconds ahead of Andrew Teft in that 21st position. In the 21 truck in the 16th position, pardon me. Teft sends it in on the 9.4 of Adam Boughton running in that 8th position. Teft looking to get to the inside of that kickstart Haviland Tundra. There goes the 2-1 looking left. He finds Moonlight to the inside of the 94. Not for position though, Teft. Just trying to get closer to the leader. Boughton into the wall behind him. The 7.8 of Waylon Turner. This not for position. Turner running 17th right now, 2 laps off the mark. Chris Fathke on the outside of Patrick Jenks. This the move for 10th. Pennsylvania's Jenks to the inside of Idaho's Fathke. Keith Bost watches up ahead. Bost not fighting for these positions. He sits 18th right now. At the front, Tristan Bailey 3 seconds behind Tyler Bellinger, while Jason Fensler tries to get involved with Charlie Mosley Jr. up off the second corner, drifting into his wake, also into turn number 3. He sends it in deep on that Black Star Spangled Silverado. Bailey watching second and third fight side by side, while the points leader starts to sweat just a bit heavier now. The Californian looks to make a move on on Mosley Jr. I was going to say Bailey. Bailey's in second, watching all of this unfold behind him. Jeff No now working on Dylan Picklesmeyer for 5th. The 12 truck riding the high line, getting all the speed out of turn number 4. Will he try the crossover on No? He will, but there's not enough momentum. Jeff No puts his truck in 5th. Tyler Tyone on the inside of Sam Taylor. This the move for 14th. Taylor's got it. Tyone wants it. Tristan Bailey watching Jason Fensler. Clear. Charlie Mosley Jr., but Fensler is in the wall once again. Fensler, frustrated. Will he put the bumper to the 89 of Mosley? Will Mosley fight back? Fensler looking left on the 8-9 of Mosley. 88 laps underway from Lucas Oil IRP. And if you've recently joined us, I'm Rick James. You're watching the 8th round of the AER Trucks Series from the short track 10 miles west of the Superspeedway. Or is it south? I don't know Indianapolis. Somebody correct me. Jason Fensler looking for the spot, sending it in all the way onto the apron, trying to get a good run on the 89, but Jeff No has now occupied that space behind the 5 truck, and the 55 looks to get into the bronze medal position. Fensler to the inside of Mosley Jr. This the move for 3rd. Fensler giving no room to the 89 truck up off the corner. The 55 watching. Will they make contact? Andrew Teft, one of the fastest trucks on the track right now, has nothing to do with this fight. He's watching from the 16th position. Let's ride in the passenger seat with the 2-1. And just as you see it from the onboard, caution is out. Charlie Mosley Jr. turned in that first and second corner, and on lap 92, drivers can finally catch their break. Let's see what happened to the Alabama pilot in that GameStop Chevy. Andrew Teft sends it in deep on the 89. Gives him 1, 2, 3 love taps. And Mosley strikes out in that 3rd corner. One more look from the blimp view here. On board with Andrew Teft. Caution is out for the 8th time tonight. Drivers getting their repairs. And it looks like Tyler Bellinger wins the race off pit road. He's going to restart with control of the field inside the final 45 from iRacing's IRP. And once again, if you've just recently tuned in, I'm Rick James. You're watching the American Elite Racing Trucks Series right here on Rick James TV. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Drivers are going to circulate around this 6/10 of a mile short track. Those graphics were always correct like that, by the way. There definitely wasn't a mistake made in the first 2 laps of this race. 0.686 miles is the correct length. 96 miles is the scheduled distance. And let's take care of this right here. Holy crap. You know, it's actually ironic. Commando Griff says, I wonder who still has a fast repair left. That's actually good information to ask. It's actually hilarious because I was looking through some commands in Streamlabs, and there's an option to ban large paragraphs, and I thought to myself, no, nobody's gonna do that. And straight away, less than an hour after I told myself, no, nobody's gonna do that, it happens. Giant paragraph. Okay, so let's fix that before we get racing once again. We'll be back here in a few seconds, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the restart soon. Pace cars peeling off. We're ready to go racing once again. Tyler Bellinger on the inside of Tristan Bailey. Green flag is out. 43 to go. Special Ed says, you know Rick has made it when someone came into the chat to spam for no reason. If that's making it, I'll take that, because that, you know, not something I thought I'd ever have to deal with, but I guess that's something. Jeff No with a cheer from Commando Griff. Jeff No sitting in that third position. Doug King to his inside while Tristan Bailey works on Tyler Bellinger for first place. 3 wide out of that second corner. Ethan Greek, Jason Fensler not getting collected in that one. Lucky for them, they're going to be A-OK. Commando Griff says, 27 viewers, Rick, get it. Yeah, and to all 27 people, thank you so very, very much. Tristan Bailey just went purple, 22.48 seconds. He's got the fastest lap of this race. Bailey chasing down Tyler Bellinger for the race lead inside the final 40 laps of action.
Yellow flag is out.
Caution is out once again for the 9th time tonight. The yellow flag flies over IRP, and this time it's Sam Taylor in the number 1 Longhorn Steakhouse Silverado. And once again, Taylor messes with the bulls, and he does indeed get the Longhorn out of turn number 4. Let's see what happened to the number 1 truck. Contact from the Peter Max Chevrolet of Mike Allen through that third corner. Worth a look on board that number 3 truck. Allen sends it in pretty deep in turn number 4. And with a little tap from Sam Taylor, makes it through, but Taylor goes for a spin. 36 laps to go next time by. Sam Taylor still finds himself within the top 20. Tyler Bellinger's your race leader, but points leader Tristan Bailey sits in the second position. Let's see if Bailey has any ambitions to win this race. Tristan Bailey, it's Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You're sitting in second position right now with Tyler Bellinger just ahead. You're inside the final 35 laps. What's the tire situation looking like?
Well, I still got another set that I can use. So I'd say it's pretty good though, because I mean, once you pit, you're kind of married back in traffic because it's just so hard to pass. And sorry to all you fans that I wrecked the field.
Looking up ahead, Tyler Bellinger's looking to go for his second straight win. You're looking to go for your fourth win in 8 races. Where's going to be the cutoff as far as tires go? You've got one more set here, but saying with how many to go, will you refuse to come down pit road?
Honestly, if it gets probably below 30, I will never pit again.
Below 30. Well, that's going to be in these next 5 laps here. Who's going to be your toughest rival on the way to getting your 4th win in 8 starts?
Honestly, it's anybody. It's just so hard to pass here. I mean, I was trying to work on Tyler there for the caution comes out. I can get up to his bumper, but I just can't get around him. The high side is too dominant here. It's kind of weird to say that at a short track, but and then I think I accidentally right the left front of the 5 with my right rear. I don't know if we net coded or nothing, but I saw his car jump up and I got a 0x on my screen. So sorry to Jason if I ended up hitting him in the wall.
Most important question before we go green, Tristan, Celtics or Warriors?
I don't watch basketball, but I'm not a fan of a team that wins all the time, so I guess Celtics.
Fair enough, my friend. Best of luck to you, and hopefully we talk to you in just a few laps.
All right, buddy.
35 laps to be exact. Tristan Bailey holding on to that second position. We assume he'll be starting on the outside of row number 1. Tyler Bellinger has the lead on the inside. Bellinger, Bailey, and all of the top 11 drivers you see on the left-hand side, all pitted on lap 93. Chris Fathke, Doug King, from everybody, 10th all the way down to 16th, just pitted on this most recent caution. 10 laps are the difference between those tires. We'll see just how these drivers make with tire wear inside the final 35 laps to go. Bellinger with control of the field. Everybody waiting for that signal. Green flag is in the air.
Green flag. Green
Let's
flag.
go racing from IRP. Caution is out once again. Sam Taylor has crashed. Michael Carter's gone off the racetrack. The 1 truck again gets turned around. The 6 of Michael Carter also involved. Let's see what brought out the yellow flag this time on lap 109. Looks like up ahead, that's Patrick Jenks in the 38, who drives right back onto the race course ahead of the number 1. Mike Carter presumably got involved as well. ECR Kool-Aid in the chat says, stop crashing. Exactly, guys. Just stop crashing. Let's see what happened to Jenks. That was odd. No, that was Waylon Turner, pardon me. They look identical, those trucks. Let's look at Waylon Turner here in the 78. I just loses the truck right into the corner. Turner tries to correct. He doesn't even see Taylor's there. On board with the 78. Bit of a love tap from the 5-3 of Jamie Haynes. Let's look on board of the M&M Silverado. Close quarters, close contact. And the caution comes out for the 10th time tonight in 112 laps. Commando Griff says that Longhorn has been bucking all night long. ECR Kool-Aid not pleased with these drivers. Special Ed says, no, we won't stop crashing. You tell him, Ed. Special Ed says the M&M's truck is melting in your hands. I'll tell you what, you could say that the M&M's truck is melting, but the paint has melted off that M&M's truck. So Tyler Bellinger has the race lead. Tristan Bailey sits in second. Jeff Noe in third. Hagen Joyner in fourth. Adam Boughton sits in that fifth position. Charlie Mosley Jr. rounds out the top 10. The driver of the 89 GameStop Chevy on the outside of Jason Fensler, who's had a brilliant race up until hard contact with the inside wall got him in a spot of trouble. He used a fast repair, and it looks like Fensler not able to fix that truck once again. Alabama's Charlie Mosley Jr. will be starting behind the 1-8 of Ethan Greek. We're going to be inside the final 30 laps of racing. Matter of fact, it's going to be 26 laps to go when we take the green. Tyler Bellinger looking to go for his second straight win. Tristan Bailey looking to go for his fourth win in 8 starts. Jeff Noe making his, I believe, second appearance this season. Officially, Noe sits 40th in the points of 41 total participants this year. He's starting on the inside of row number 3. Third in the points, Hagen Joyner on the outside of that second row. Getting ready to go green with 26 laps to go. Tyler Bellinger has control of the field. Coming to the line, green flag is out. Bailey already looking for that moonlight to the inside. Commando Griff in the chat says, get it, no. Cheering for Jeff Noe, who's holding off that third place from Hagen Joyner, who's to the inside of Adam Boughton coming out of that second corner. 24 laps to go as Tristan Bailey looks to the inside. Trucks scattering to the inside. That's the 3-8 of Patrick Jenks to the inside of Bob Mathis. Watching Adam Boughton on the high side looking to hold off Hagen Joyner while Tyler Bellinger continues to lead with 23 laps remaining. Next time by, Ethan Greek rim riding the high side with Jason Fensler to his inside. Bob Mathis trying to stay off the wall. The 18 can't stay off the wall. Mosley Jr. cleverly ducks to the inside with Dylan Picklesmeyer filling in the inside line on the 89. Greek on the outside while Jenks struggles to stay off the wall, and Jason Fensler has to try and dodge the 38 who continues to scrape the right side of the racetrack. Caution is out for the 11th time tonight with 23 laps remaining. Sam Taylor may have gone around once again in that one truck. Not sure what happened. Contact there. Possibly Doug King got involved in the 16. Andrew Taft, Doug King making contact. Chris Fathke, Mike Allen, Jamie Haynes involved once again. Let's ride shotgun with King. On board with Andrew Taft. heft. Let's try one more time here while everybody's coming down pit lane. ECR Kool-Aid says, NASCAR heat in the chat. Special Ed with some caution emojis. And Commando Griff sounds like he's had enough of it as well. So Tyler Bellinger once again will have control of the field coming to the line. Tristan Bailey said he's not coming down pit road anymore. It's going to be 1-9 at the line next time by. These drivers eager to get this one over with, but will they survive these final 16 or 17 laps we'll have when we get to green? We'll find out. We're going to be back in 90 seconds with more racing from Lucas Oil IRP. Fans in the chat discussing tire strategy. Special Ed says they think more cautions are coming. Kool-Aid agrees. Commando Griff surprised. So many drivers pitted. Let's see what effect it has now. 17 laps remain at IRP. Ethan Greek goes around, slams the inside wall. We stay green, coming to 16 laps to go. Bellinger, Bailey, Mathis, your top three. That's right, Bob Mathis. There's Ethan Greek. I'm sorry, not Ethan Greek. The 5 of Jason Fensler gets right into the 7 of Hagen Joyner, who's third in the points. Caution comes out for the 12th time this evening. Huge crash, massive crash. And let's take a look at Ethan Greek going around first in this 18 truck. Shiny, brand new 18 truck. Looks like he saved his fast repairs for this very moment. And the 55 of Jeff No Blinks right in front of Ethan Greek. And once again, for the third time tonight, Greek and No making contact. An unbelievably unfortunate time for the 55 to have internet issues. Watch the blink. There. And actually it looks like no contact was made between them from that angle. And let's have a look at Jason Fensler and his incident. This is heavy for the 5. Contact from the 12 of Dylan Picklesmeyer and an even heavier slam for the 7 of Hagen Joyner that puts him on 2 wheels. Commando Grip says no contact was made. NOE. I like that. That's punny. Was there contact from the 12 of Dylan Picklesmeyer? That's definitely worth a look here. Let's hit the right rear angle on that 12. You know, it definitely looks like there was contact between them. Let's run this one back and just have a really slow look here. The rear chase view might tell us. Let's run this. See if there's any contact between the 12 and the 5. Yep. Just enough. That's all she wrote. One look aboard Jason Fensler. Let's go on board the 89 of Charlie Mosley Jr. and watch him avoid this. Doesn't even blink an eye. A bit of a wiggle to make sure he stays out of it, but Charlie Mosley Jr. kept his nose clean on that crash. And for that, the Alabama native earned his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Give me some more!
Ice cream indeed, Cole. Ice cream indeed. Commando Griff says Jeff no with the Cole Trickle move of the race. Let's have one more look and see what the 55 got there. And he avoids that one as well. Heads up play from the 55. On board, Jeff No. Whoa. Double ice cream indeed. Jeff No earns his own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream!
Give me some more!
Just as we're going to go green. Another blink from the 55, however. Hopefully, he gets those internet issues fixed in these final 10 laps. Bellinger going for 2 straight. Bailey going for a 500 batting average in the first 8 races. Special Ed, don't unclench in these last 10 laps. Green flag is out at IRP. Bellinger ahead of Bailey, 9 at the line. Will Bailey attack? Where will he find the room? Keith Bost looking to stay in the top 10. He makes contact with Patrick Jenks. Both drivers in the wall, but we keep it green. Jenks stays off of Greek. Heavy contact, Bob Mathis, Waylon Turner, Jason Fensler, Hagen Joyner, Doug King, Keith Bost, Sam Taylor, all involved in that accident. The 18 of Ethan Greek. None too happy with the 42 of Keith Bost. Caution comes out with 8 laps to go. Lucky number 13th caution of the evening. Keith Bost making hard contact with that 38. And the 7-8 of Waylon Turner just gets into the 18. Where did Waylon Turner come from? Have another look. Oh, this is a crash far earlier here. Let's have another look at Waylon Turner. Turner just gets right up underneath the 18 and drifts right up into him. Let's ride on board the 78. Carnage out of that second corner. Keith Bost receiving repairs once again. Tyler Bellinger still with control of the field. Some might say by the grace of the caution. but we'll see if he can survive one more restart, at least, before we call it quits tonight. Perhaps 96 miles won't be the farthest distance we run tonight. Drivers only have so many fast repairs to use. Who still has one left? Who still has a set of tires they can bolt on their truck? And these points are going to take a bit of a shake. Tristan Bailey will hold on to this points lead, no doubt. Well, let's not call this race too early. Anything's quite possible. Jason Fensler still running in the top 7. Hagen Joyner just involved in that accident, still running top 9. Adam Boughton 4th in the points. Bobby Mathis 11 points behind Boughton. Mathis just got involved in that one. He's going to be starting alongside the one of Sam Taylor, it looks like, possibly even further on up ahead. Drivers are going to sort themselves out. Man, we're going to have a restart here with, it looks like, possibly 3 laps to go. Adam Boughton and Jeff Noe running 3rd and 4th, respectively. Boughton starting on the inside of row 2. He sits 4th in those points, only 6 points behind Hagen Joyner, who just took that heavy slam in these last 2 cautions. Hagen Joyner is going to be starting on the outside of row number 5. Ethan Greek on his outside. Drivers are getting lined up for what's going to be a nail-biting race finish. Special Ed said he puckered earlier. I wonder how he's feeling before this restart here. The Ford Mustang pace car peels off. It will be 3 laps to go around this 7/10 of a mile racetrack. Tristan Bailey going for 4 wins on the outside of Tyler Bellinger, going for his 2nd consecutive W. Adam Boughton right up the back of the 88. Green flag is out. 88 mounts a defense. Bailey tries to go to the inside on Bellinger. Bellinger defends. 2 laps to go, this time by. Bailey looking to the inside. 1 1/3 miles remain at IRP. Bellinger in the 88. Bailey in the 25. Caution flag is out for the 14th time tonight. Tyler Tyone involved in this one. The Canadian goes for a spill. Ethan Greek, Keith Bost also at the back. Let's see what brought out this caution. Ethan Greek, Keith Bost involved again. The 42 of Keith Bost slides up the racetrack into Ethan Greek. Tyler Tyone, an innocent bystander in that accident. Let's ride on board with Keith Bost. On board with Tyler Tyone. Poor Tyone did absolutely everything right, but just nothing he could do. And ECR Kool-Aid in the chat, he's had enough of the yellows. He says, single file restarts, please. One quick look at the points. We're going to have our first green-white checkered finish. Special Ed says, hey guys, guess what? It's a caution. ECR Kool-Aid says, we want this to end under green. Bamatrama in the house. Mama Vols says, hey Rick from Oklahoma. What's going on, Mama? Send my love to the family back in Tennessee. Sit tight. Fatal in the chat says, bullcrap. He's not happy about being an innocent bystander in that race after Bost and Greek collide once again. So we're going to restart with 2 laps to go. Drivers are going to get themselves lined up once again. We're going to take a very short break while they get ready to go. We'll be back in 60 seconds with the first green-white checkered attempt. Here we go. Green-white checkered attempt, number 1. 10 miles west of the Speedway. The short track knows how to have exciting racing as well. This is going to be a finish for the books. Great jump by the 88. Green flag is out at IRP. White flag next time by, 2 and almost 3 wide out of the second corner. Tristan Bailey goes to the inside. He does not put the bumper to the 88. White flag comes out this time by. There goes Bailey to the inside. He's got a run, looking on the left side of Bellinger. Will he give him the slide job out of turn number 2? Tristan Bailey just can't quite make it stick. The 88 uses the momentum but collides with the wall. Tries too hard to keep it on the outside. Carrier Mississippi's Tristan Bailey sends it deep into 3. He survives out of 4, and he wins his 4th race in 8 starts. Big congratulations from Sebastian the Cat, Tristan Bailey, winning his 4th race of the season. Tyler Bellinger in 2nd, Jeff No coming home with a bronze medal, Adam Boughton unofficially, Chris Fathke, Robert Mathis 4th, 5th, and 6th. And Bailey celebrates in style with a hard shunt on the back end. Big win for the 2-5 at IRP, the double 8, and a ruined celebration by the 89 of Charlie Mosley Jr. We'll have the podium in just a moment. On the podium with our top 3, starting with our 3rd placed driver in the number 55, Rock Straps F-150. Jeff No coming home with a bronze medal. Best finish of the season in what is a part-time run for you. Congratulations on that podium. How'd you get it done?
Thanks, Rick. Man, felt like I had a pretty good handle on the track. You know, once I got 20 or 30 laps in, and just decided that if I was going to try to beat Tyler or Tristan, who have a lot more experience than I do and are way better at this, that I had to get some fresh tires. And I just needed to stay green there. You know, those last 16 or 17 laps, but we just kept having cautions. And my apologies to Keith. Him and Pickle got into each other and made me get into 29 and ended up spinning him around there close to the end. So. Overall, this is my 2nd race, and it's good to finish 3rd. So, thank you, Rick, for broadcasting, and congrats to Tyler on 2nd place and Tristan winning.
Commando Griff throwing some props your way as well. Next week, Jeff, this tour goes to Chicagoland Speedway. Will we see the 55 go for a second straight podium?
Bet your ass.
We'll see you in a week, buddy. Congratulations on your third place finish. Now our second place finisher, Tyler Bellinger, in that double eight. Tyler, so close to a second straight win.
Yeah, just wasn't meant to be. I came into this race not comfortable at all. Qualified like 15th. Wasn't feeling good. Just got out of rhythm there, man. So many friggin' restarts there at the end. Just people in the back not knowing how to drive. There was a couple restarts there that I probably would have had it if it had stayed green, and just would not stay green. Didn't expect to lead any lap tonight, yet alone I think 30 plus, however many I led. But Tristan was the faster truck. I knew that all night. James Fensler or whatever, Fensler was fast too. I don't know what happened to him, but just couldn't get it done. Just got out of rhythm. He had a good run, and tires were worn out, and I got into the throttle a little too early, and that's that. So we'll take it home P2. Happy with that. Just frustrated seeing all those cautions there at the end.
We'll see you in 7 days from the Windy City. You move up 2 places in the point standings, just 18 markers off the tie for third place. And now our race winner, driver of the number 25 Chevy Goods Silverado, his 4th win in 8 races, and he extends that points lead at the top over Jason Fensler. Tristan Bailey, you have a batting average of 500 in the AER Trucks Series. Fantastic drive staying up all night long. Was it just a matter of waiting for the right time?
No, not really. I mean, Tyler held a good line. He just kept getting me on the run on the outside. I just think the only reason I even won is really because I think he scraped the wall. I just went back and looked at. I think that's the only reason I won. I mean, it seems like a one groove track. I mean, I don't know how diving it down gets you to run that well at the corners. I just said, well, better take it now before another caution comes out because I mean we're coming to the white, but I feel like there's probably gonna be another caution, so I just kind of stuck underneath them, and just he held the line great. He did, and I feel bad because I hit him early. I came across his nose trying to stay straight with the truck coming up to, and he was lead at the time, was trying to pass me at older tires, and I just did a rookie mistake and wrecked him, and I don't know how bad I wrecked him. I think he still stayed out front pretty well. I don't know how much damage he had, but I wrecked a lot of people that one. I feel bad, but really didn't deserve this one. But of course, anybody would take it.
4 wins in 8 races. Next week, the 100-lap race at Chicagoland Speedway. You're going for 5 victories and 9 starts. How do you fancy your chances?
I don't know. It's gonna be a drafting track like Michigan was. You just kind of have to put your car in the right spot and hope you can get it there in the front. Keep it up there.
Only one way to find out. We'll see you in a week's time. Congratulations on that victory, Tristan.
Thank you.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for us tonight. A thrilling finish at Lucas Oil IRP. Tristan Bailey with his 4th victory in 7 races. You just don't know what to expect in this truck series. For everybody here at AER, until next week at Chicagoland, please stay safe, do take care of each other, and we will see